COVID-19 journey. It all started with a headache late that morning. I did not think much of it and took a Panado. Later that afternoon, I realized that my body is aching and that I have this weird dry cough. Dirk, my husband, teased me with the coronavirus. I waked up with a fever, a headache, and body pains. I told my mother that it feels like I'm having a bad flu and I'm not sure if this could be the coronavirus. I took some painkillers for the fever and kept on working. I did not want my colleagues to notice that I'm sick, so I kept quiet. Later that afternoon, my dad phoned me and said I should go find a gum tree. He noticed that the farm workers chew gum tree leaves when they feel sick. After work, I took my dad's advice and I drove to find a gum tree. Back home, I washed the leaves and chewed a leaf. It was not the most pleasant taste, but my dad said that this will help for the fever. I waked up with a headache, body pains, and a sore throat. At this point, I realized that I have to go for the test as the symptoms are too common with the coronavirus. At 9 a.m. that morning, I drove to the nearest drive-through test site and had a test done. The test is nothing to be afraid of, it's just a little bit uncomfortable. The nurse told me that the result will take 48 hours. At this point, I did not experience a fever anymore after I chewed the gum tree leaves. I kept on drinking painkillers for the headache and the body pains. That evening, I shared with my family that I went for the test, and all my brothers said that there's no way I would have picked up this virus because I'm always so over careful and over cautious. In the mornings, my headaches was the worst. I was still not willing to share with my colleagues that I'm feeling sick, so I kept strong and finished my deadlines. At this point, I realized that I'm an overachiever and not willing to admit that I'm sick and needed some rest. I waked up with the same headache and body pains. The dry cough was coming and going. At 9 a.m., I got a phone call from a nurse to inform me that COVID-19 was detected in my swab. Overwhelmed and uncertain, I listened to every word the nurse said. This is my number. Please phone or WhatsApp me anytime during the day or night. There is no cure or treatment. Only take Panado for pain, and when you feel short of breath, go to the hospital. Minutes after I got the results, I had a catch-up meeting with my team, and it took courage to share with them my results. I can still remember the silent moment while everyone processed the news. In their voices, I could hear the fear and confusion. So many questions on the symptoms and how the test was done. Everyone was so supportive, and I got daily messages with wishes for a full recovery. This made me feel so much self-worth and thankful. I contacted my GP to get a sick note, and he also assured me that I'm young and healthy and should not get too sick. I booked my sick leave for the rest of the day. Over the weekend, I tried to sleep most of the time, as resting is the only way to get rid of the virus. I kept on drinking Panados, but the headaches just got worse. At this stage, all my family and friends knew that I had a coronavirus. My parents are both located in Namibia, and with the borders being closed, it's impossible for my mother to be my nurse during this uncertain experience. She even contacted the borders, and the only way into the country was to stay in a forced quarantine for 14 days. Being afraid of the worst outcome and not being able to say goodbye to my parents added so much stress. At this point, I did not experience any body pain or fever anymore. I only had a constant headache. I noticed that coffee tasted differently the past few days, and this made me realize that I had no smell or taste. We phoned a friend who is a doctor to give me a script for some stronger medication without ibuprofen or codeine. We could not leave the house to go get the medication, and the pharmacy only delivered during the week, and they also needed the original script. So the doctor did us a favor to go to the pharmacy, get the medication, and do a house delivery. This showed me how much it means to rely on my support network. My lower back started to pain, I felt out of breath, and the constant headache just got worse. Dirk read in the news about a physician who is dealing with many COVID-19 patients. We contacted the doctor just to get more information on how to deal with the symptoms. The doctor said that day 8 is usually the turning point and that the chances for Dirk to get sick after day 8 is getting smaller. Dirk is possibly asymptomatic and will not show any symptoms. He said that I should lay down on my stomach and go to the ER when my breaths are more than 20 per minute and my heart rate is more than 110 per minute. I waked up short of breath, having a stiff neck, pain in my lower back and a constant headache. We realized that I'm not getting better and I should go see the doctor. The reality was that if I'm admitted, I won't be able to see Dirk until I'm discharged again. So I phoned the doctor to go see him as soon as possible. The doctor was so calm and told me that there's nothing more they can do and they're trying to keep COVID-19 patients at home for as long as possible. I should monitor my breathing, heart rate and sleep in a dark room on my stomach, as this will help to open the lungs and the dark room will help for the headache. He also told me that the hospital will only admit me when I'm gasping for breath. Our stress levels skyrocketed, we got emotional and lost hope. I started feeling more and more out of breath. I remembered seeing a video of a woman in the UK that used an onion, cut it in pieces and wrapped in a cloth on her chest for the inflammation in her lungs. I tried this and it actually gave me some relief. My skin started getting irritated, so I removed the onions for some periods. I got more out of breath, my heart rate rose and I started feeling nauseous. The doctor said I might have encephalitis, as I had all the common symptoms, the headache, the lower back pain, the stiff neck, and started feeling nauseous. The more I stressed, the worse my symptoms got. Dirk stepped in and phoned a doctor's friend again, just to get some constructive advice. He also confirmed that there's nothing more to do and they will not admit me if I'm not gasping for breath. He told Dirk to count my breaths to be less than 20 per minute, look at my heart rate to be less than 110 per minute and keep me hydrated. I had to drink enough fluids to use the bathroom for at least every 2 hours. At this moment, we both felt helpless. As Dirk started to do the monitoring without telling me the levels, my stress went down and I started feeling better after a few hours. I got out of bed, forced myself to go sit outside for some fresh air. We realized that this was a difficult day and that we don't want to experience something like this anytime soon. This was my turning point and overcoming fear moment. After a long night with little sleep, I started feeling better. I was still short of breath and even a short walk to the bathroom felt like a marathon. The constant headache was still there and I started getting diarrhea. At this point, I realized why some countries went into a panic toilet paper buy. As I was feeling better, we could celebrate our 6th wedding anniversary with a glass of rehydrate instead of bubbly. For the following 2 days, I still experienced the headache and the diarrhea. The diarrhea only stopped after the doctor prescribed me with medication. The headache started to fade away and I started to feel a referred pain in my left shoulder while breathing. After another phone consultation with the doctor, he diagnosed me with encephalitis, which explained the constant headache and the short-term memory loss. He also told me that I will have many referred pains from all the inflammation in my body. The pain was worse at night and the only way to relieve the pain was to stop breathing, and that only lasted for a few seconds. I felt better each day and started to gain more energy. I had a house call from a physiotherapist to check on my saturation and listen to my lungs. No red flags were raised. She advised me to exercise my lungs by blowing out air like you would have blown out a candle for 10 seconds and then inhale for 3 seconds. After a few days, the referred pain disappeared. Every day I felt better and stronger. Since this day, my smell still comes and goes. I things still taste differently and I still don't have an appetite. Dirk and I went for the follow-up swab 21 days after my first symptoms. The nurse said that the test results might take up to 4 days. Both our results came back negative. We will just be left with the mystery if Dirk ever contracted the virus or not. We are just happy that this was a positive outcome. My message to everyone is that this is just a bad flu. You must be brave and trust in yourself to overcome this virus. My strength and positivity definitely played a big role in my recovery. Be brave, trust and believe in yourself. Some people might not even get sick, like Dirk. We did not self-isolate. Until this day, he have not showed any symptoms. I can tell you out of experience that stress does play a big role in your health. If you do contract this virus, keep calm, drink Panado, keep hydrated, rest as much as possible, and try to lay on your stomach. Don't read too much news and rather don't watch any videos on COVID-19. This will make you feel more stressed. Be safe out there and wear a mask.